Hey cousins, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be recapping Baddies Caribbean Welcome Home. So y'all, this episode comes on how the last one ended with Jelly and Kelly going back and forth. I feel like the producers told them to do that at this point, because we all know that Jelly does not want to scrap with anybody and Kelly barely says anything. So for that to be a thing, it just felt like it was forced. So basically their argument was, Kelly's argument was she did not want Jelly in the house because Jelly snuck her. Jelly is like, look girl, whatever. Jelly is just standing there looking spaced out, aired out. It's like she's an airhead. I don't understand. Jelly wasn't going to scrap with nobody. Kelly wasn't going to scrap with nobody. That's how I know the producers set that up. Say what y'all want about Gretchen, but she is a rider for her friend. And she did say that she was cool with Jelly, but she said if Kelly got the, scrapping with her, then she was going to have Kelly back. So here comes Top Ramen, Chicken Noodle, basically talking about if Gretchen gets involved, then she was going to whip her A. My thing is this. You cried about being bit by Gretchen, right? That was the whole storyline this whole season. You being bit by that girl. You inserted yourself, and that's how you got bit. And here you are inserting yourself again. Bye. Now, y'all know Big Gretch wasn't going to let that slide. Big Gretch got the pop in it. She was like, look, shut the F up, blah, blah, blah. And then Jayla goes and stands in the middle of the floor talking about, y'all both already got beat up. I ain't going nowhere, blah, blah, blah. If you already beat him up, go sit down. So Net is like, look, y'all cut it out. Like, it's over with. We're not doing this. We're getting ready to leave. She tells everybody, let's go. We're leaving. And so Nunu cuts her up. Well, she just says, I got one more thing to say. And then she says, Anna, you're going to have to call my baby daddy. He's going to have to save you or something like that. It's just like, y'all got to chill. So while everybody is leaving, Anna sees Mariah and she approaches her like, is that your friend? She hit the razor. Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? And Mariah is like, yeah, I don't really know her like that, but, I've been around the replacements, but, I told everybody we was good. My thing with Mariah is, you could have told Nunu like, hey, we good, let's not talk about that right now. You could have said something. So we see the replacements, they're talking, and they're on their way home. And then we also see the other girls on their way home and Anna popping it as well. But Nunu looks in the camera and says that she's going to be on up. Okay, so now it's the next morning, and we do see Callie on the phone with Gretchen. Gretchen finally does go home, and she says she was on her way to the doctor's to go get checked out. So I do remember when she was squabbling, getting pushed around by Kelly, she did mess her elbow up. However, I still don't believe that was the reason why she went home. I feel like production makes them go home, so they made Gretch go home. And I feel like they made Jelly go home as well because she didn't bring nothing to the show. So Gretch and Kelly, they do talk. But Gretch basically says her goodbyes, and she said she was going to miss everybody, and that was that. So now we get into the parts that we all been waiting for. Like, let's stop playing. So, Nunu and Kiva are on the way to the house. We do find out that Jelly does go home because she had PTSD, but I just feel like the producers sent her home because, what's the odds of everybody going home? Come on now, stop playing. But yeah, I think they sent her home because she didn't bring nothing to the show, honestly. So next we see Rolly and Tasiki, and they join together to smoke. And the first conversation was E.T. So Rolly felt like because E.T. made up with Tasiki, she wanted to squabble with her. Tasiki lets Rolly know that she thought she was going to have to squabble with E.T., but E.T. was on her grown woman. She wasn't on that. So basically, Tasiki says she kind of walked up to E.T. to check her temperature, to see what she was on. But they made up, and that was that. Rolly also brings up Gretchen and says basically, she should have been left. If she would have squabbled with somebody and popped something, she would have left right away. And it's like, after 5 seasons? Girl, shut up. It's like, I'm so tired of these OGs, quote unquote. They are so irritating. At some point, when are y'all going to understand that y'all was once in these girls' shoes? But we gonna get there. So now we see Tink and Scotty at the beach, and they're walking and talking. I think Tink has a nice body. I love her shape. Anyway, they're walking and talking about the dinner that just happened the night before. So as they're walking and talking, we see Biggie and Biggie Jr. Why does Meatball always look like this? Like, no matter where they go, it looks like she's going to bed with a hat to match. So basically, they catch Biggie up on everything that happened because, remember, Biggie was not there. She was sick. So, of course, everybody starts talking about Gretchen. Meatball is saying, like, if she's injured, she needs to sit down or whatever, whatever. And, of course, Scotty is chiming in. My thing is, where's the energy for Anna? Okay. So, Tank is like, look, I got to go ahead and speak how I feel because it's bothering me. And she said, especially saying Meatball at the time, she just had to speak on it. So Tank starts talking like, I just want to tell you. She was like, and you already know. And Meatball says, I don't give a F. I don't give a F. So, they're going back and forth. Tank is calling her a bad friend. And all hell is breaking loose. Now, I did not know that them two was beefing before. Tank said that Meatball was actually talking about her daughter and Tank made a diss track. My thing is, if y'all was beefing once before, it's a reason. Meatball is not even an undercover hater. Like, she's out loud with her shit. So they start getting into it. And so, of course, the Baddies chain came up. Meatball Liza says that she congratulated Tank. But, her reaction was horrible. So, I see how Tank feels. Like, it was embarrassing. You supposed to be my sister, but you really sitting here pouting because you didn't get a chain. What type of friend is that? That's not a friend. That's a hater. And see, what's crazy is Meatball feels like she's better than Tank because Tank wasn't known like Meatball was. So she feels like, oh, I should have got the chain first because who is she? Y'all don't know her. Y'all know me. So you have Biggie and Scotty out there trying to, break everything up, trying to not get in the middle, but still get in the middle so they won't get physical. And so they're getting in each other's face, and Tank is telling her, like, I protect you mentally, physically, because Meatball is talking about why you ain't protect outside of the show. Like, girl, huh? You grown as hell. Her questions was just so retarded. Like, you moved to Miami. Why you ain't take me with you? Meatball, you do what you gotta do to get where she is. She did it on her own. No, you do it on yours. You're not her child. Tank also lets them know that she heard Meatball talking about her in the room with Anna and Biggie. She was like, well, why would you do that? She's talking about, I need somebody to vent to. Like, girl, you are a hater. You are not a friend. I just feel like Tank was just so hurt, and you can see it all in her face. So then you have Meatball walking away with Biggie, and she's crying. You have Tank walking away by herself, and she's wilding. Yo, this part was so funny to me because Tank was so mad. She was like, y'all just fake to y'all friends. I'm not fake to mine. Scotty turns around and says, I'm not fake, am I? Right? Like, girl, what? You need validation? So they do go back to the table, and Scotty sits down with Tank trying to calm her down, and Tank is still crying and screaming, and it's just a mess. And I'm looking behind them like, who is them people? Is that the rest of the baddies? Because that's what it looked like. Anyway, Meatball comes to the table with Biggie, and they try to sit down and talk. But, of course, nothing gets resolved. You have Meatball talking about, oh, why you ain't do this for me when we was in Miami? So Tank was like, I flew you out. If you know, you know. So Meatball must have said that Scotty said that she was a hater. And Scotty was like, I didn't say you was a hater. So Meatball goes to say, hating off of what? You ain't got S. Girl, what? I don't care how mad I am at my friend. We ain't doing that. We not doing that. Tank flips the table over because Tank is like, girl, what? Like, are you serious? Tank wanted to put her hands on Meatball. And I would have let her. I would have let her. Because, girl, are you serious? All this over a Baddies chain. So just like that, our friendship could be broken over a Baddies chain. You never was my friend. You was always a hater. You're in competition with that girl. It was a lot of other things said, like, when Tank flew her out to Miami, she basically was coming to see what Tank had. Like, oh my God, it was just disgusting. So Tank does let Meatball know, you will not disrespect me in front of my child. She says her child watches the show. She said, you will not disrespect me in front of my child. She gave her a kiss and she walked away and said they will never be friends again. And she ate, girl. So Nunu and Kiva finally arrive to the Baddies' house. And they're like, look, I'm home. Like, they get their luggage. They're popping it. I'm home. So, of course, they come in the house like, hey, y'all, where y'all at? Like, where everybody at? So, Natalie and Scotty, they come out the room. Big Kiva is like, look, come on now. Show me around. Show me around. So, then you got Tasiki, Anna, and Biggie. They coming out the room. Biggie popping it, talking about they're not just going to come in here at the end of the season and stay in the house. Anna talking about it ain't no rooms. They're coming to visit. Big Kiva is ignoring them. Nunu ignoring them. So Big Net, she lets them know basically in so many words, y'all ain't running shit.
Thing in a little bit. The replacements are here. We knew that since dinner last night. They were coming in. So let's do our baddie shot o'clock. We do have a booking tonight.
I'd have been so embarrassed. Y'all out here popping it, talking about they not coming in the house. They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. And that just told y'all, it is what it is. They coming in here. So shut up. So Diamond stands up on the chair after Nat says that. And she's like, she wants to make sure everybody is comfortable with people that they're beefing with. And Anna talking about everybody locked in, everybody standing on one side. Like, girl, shut up. You was new last season. Now all of a sudden you here be in charge. Sit down. And Diamond, she's loyal to the wrong people because these people are using you. So, yeah, you ran a fade, but that's because Anna couldn't. Anna would have got ate up by that girl. And Diamond is loyal to the wrong people because she fights everybody's battles, and these girls ain't fighting yours. Rolly does say she does love the new girls. She don't understand what's the big deal. And it's really no big deal because either way, they're still coming in the house. So girl, Kiva starts talking and she's like, you know, I already addressed my issue. Like, it's over with. And so Anna cuts her off and says, we don't want to talk. And she looks at Nunu and says, my friend wants to knock you the F out. And so Nunu is like, okay, if you want to run a fade, like, let's go. Fight your own battles. My thing is, she fought Mariah. So what's the problem? She should be able to run a fade with Nunu. So Nunu lets them know she's not ducking no smoke from nobody. But Natalie does tell to move the conversation into the living room where she know they could get active at. So at this point, Diamond just talking about Nunu is not coming into the house wanting to fight Anna. And it's just like, did you just hear what your boss said? Oh, and we can't forget about the big baby in the yellow onesie yelling and screaming because the replacements was coming into the house. What she thought was that J.O. was still there. She didn't know that J.O. had went home yet. So she's scared shitless. J.O. really got that girl terrified. I don't care what nobody say. But once she found out that J.O. was not there anymore, she calmed down a lot. At this point, this girl was just so happy that it wasn't her. She was happy that J.O. was gone, and she was so relieved. Look at her. Oh, she gets on my nerves. So Kiva asks everybody for a shot. She keeps saying, can I get a shot? Can I get a shot? And Anna's like, we ain't got no liquor, Kiva, but we love you. And it's just like, girl, shut up. Y'all do got liquor. Whole time you think you running something. However, your issue is with Nunu, not Kiva. Like, girl, sit down. My thing is, y'all seem to forget. Watch this.
Slow comment.
I was laughing at the video. When I was laughing at the video, I really wasn't trying to be, like, funny for real. But everybody spun it trying to be funny. But I'm just telling you, like, I really don't have this issue with her.
Like, Anna, that was just you last season, being bullied by Krishan. So now you're trying to do it to Kiva. I understand with Nunu because she said what she said to you, but Kiva ain't done nothing to you. And no, I already know she can't bully Kiva, but it's just the principle. Like, y'all really out here talking about, oh, they can't come into the house. Y'all not running nothing. You was new last season. Pipe down. Tighten up. So Diamond is asking Nunu, does she want to scrap? And Nunu is like, girl, what? Like, is this who you trying to get to scrap for you? My thing is, why Anna ain't get Biggie to scrap for? So Meatball says that she feels like Diamond is doing it for a chain. And I can agree. Even though she keep talking about the chain. But I could agree because this is the second time she's been a crash dummy. DCB and Nunu, they got the squabbling. So after they squabble, Diamond goes over to hit Anna's hand. And Nunu, she hits Diamond with a one-hitter quitter and she hits the floor. So we already know if Anna would have squabbled with Nunu, she would have lost. Come on now, stop playing. Now, come on, y'all. We can't be biased. Diamond sneaks people all the time. So she got what she got. So, of course, Biggie jumps in and she grabs Nunu by her wig and she takes her wig off. But a lot of people are like, oh, Biggie is a good friend. My thing is, if she's a good friend, why she didn't scrap? Why she didn't do it? Then they did round 2. And to me, nobody won because Diamond was windmilling and they kept breaking it up when it was getting good. So after round 2, Nunu was basically saying her knuckles was hurting. She had walked across Kiva. And Anna tells Diamond to go ahead and sneak Nunu. So she did. But of course, her sneak didn't have the same impact as Nunu's. Nunu knocked her on the floor. All she did was like swing on her or whatever. And then Big Kiva backed her up. I was like, yes, I like that. That's a friend. That's what you call a friend. So Anna is so livid because it's not going the way that she thought. She thought that DCB was going to finish her and everything was just going to be everything and they was going to get an aha moment. And that's not how it's going. So now she's throwing shoes and doing all this crazy stuff. My thing is how she can't fight when she fought Mariah. I'm not understanding. Get in the field. So now DCB wants her fade from Kiva because Kiva backed up, remember, right? So they square up or whatever the case may be. And I hear Anna telling Biggie to run up. Don't let Diamond do it by herself. Run up. Are you serious? You're goofy. I don't like her. So they get to squabbling, and of course, Kiva, she doing her big one. Yeah. And then Diamond ends up on top somehow, some way, and that's how it goes off. But y'all comment down below. Let me know who y'all thought won out of all the fights. Y'all comment down below and let me know what was y'all favorite part of this episode.